INM InMed Pharmaceuticals surges 24% 2 days in a row. Want to know why? Stay focused.
Time to get focused with Focus on Investing.
Welcome to Focus on Investing, where we cover all assets in the market, stocks, commodities, crypto, and Forex. Pay your respects when you come through the door and hit that like button. And let's get into InMed Pharmaceuticals. All right, this is INMed Pharmaceuticals website. We will put the link to this in the description. So we're looking at, we'll also put the rest of the links that we cover today in the description as well. So we're looking at the homepage right now and looking at what does InMed Pharmaceuticals do. And we want to get a bit more information about this company and find out why it surged. So you can see that they claim to be rare cannabinoid experts. We manufacture clinically developed and commercialize minor cannabinoids. All right, smoke weed every day. So this is for all of you smokers out there. It says cannabinoid expertise. Unparalleled rare cannabinoid expertise. InMed is a leader in the manufacturing, developing, and commercialization of rare cannabinoids. Our manufacturing technologies produce several rare cannabinoids for pharmaceutical development and consumer products. I know a few guys has got unparalleled rare cannabinoid expertise. Snoop Dogg. Producing rare cannabinoids for a variety of uses. InMed's rare cannabinoids are being applied across a spectrum of uses, from pharmaceutical development to wholesale sales to the consumer health and wellness sector. Our pharmaceutical programs include a phase 2 clinical program in dermatology and preclinical program in glaucoma. Our portfolio also includes a growing library of patentable rare cannabinoid analogs for development. In addition, our division, Bay Medica, produces highly pure rare cannabinoids D9THCV, CBC, CBDV, and CBT for the consumer health and wellness industry. So you can learn more about their cannabinoid programs. Remember, guys, today we're just going to kind of go through over the basics. And again, we've got links in the description if you want to go deeper into any more of the research. Unlocking the therapeutic potential of rare cannabinoids. Well, I know if you guys have had therapeutic potential the cannabinoids. So rare cannabinoids are an emerging class of compounds which are gaining interest for their potential medical benefits. InMed has initiated 2 pharmaceutical programs, a phase 2 clinical trial for epidermolysis bullosa, a rare genetic skin disease, and has begun preparing to initiate clinical studies in glaucoma following promising preclinical results. Learn more about our pharmaceutical programs. A portfolio of rare cannabinoids for the health and wellness sector. InMed's subsidiary, Bay Mecca, is producing a portfolio of premium rare cannabinoids as raw ingredients for your health and wellness products. We have engineered bioidentical cannabinoids with a high purity and consistency and free of THC. We are currently manufacturing the rare minor cannabinoids tetrahydrocannabivarin, D9-THC, cannabidivarin, CBDV, cannabichromine, CBC, and cannabicitran, CBT, which are available for B2B purchase. It's not easy. All right. Experienced team with successful track record. So let's talk about their team and track record. We'll look a bit more into their team in a minute. Together, InMed and Bay Medica bring extensive know-how in cannabinoid science, manufacturing, and development. We've combined our complementary expertise to become leading manufacturer and developer of a high-quality rare cannabinoid. I'm going to look a bit more into their news as well. Investor alerts. This is talking about the different compounds that I think that they've created. Yeah, and these are all the products. Okay, so I think their main product is these compounds that they produce from cannabis. I think so. Cannabis manufacturing, cannabinoid manufacturing expertise. Yep. So all of it is the cannabinoid. So I think their main product that they do is they manufacture cannabinoids or cannabinol. All right, let's look at the team and see what their team is saying. Not that I have any expertise in this area, but we can look at a few names to kind of get an idea. We won't look at all of these people, but let's look at who's the top person here. So we've got Chief Executive Officer is Eric A. Adams, who's the MIBS. It doesn't say. If you guys know what MIBS stands for, then put it in the comments. Eric A. Adams was appointed Chief Executive Officer, President and Director of INMed Pharmaceuticals in June 2016. During his tenure at INMed, he has reconstituted the board of directors and the executive management team and has raised more than 35 million. Okay, it doesn't really say too much about what he does, but he's raised 35 million, I guess. Chief Operating Officer is Michael Woodenberg, P.ENG. Again, if you know what this means, put this in the comments. Mr. Woodenberg joined InMed with more than 20 years of successful drug development, process engineering, GMP manufacturing, and leadership experience. Okay. See, so here's one says more about what he does than this guy. So this guy he's successful in drug development, whipping that Pyrex, processing engineering, bagging up and chopping up, and GMP manufacturing and leadership experience. Okay, block captain. All right. He brings valuable expertise in the development, technology, transfer, and commercialization. Well, I guess he's going to say CBD. And let's look at this as the last one. Senior Vice President, Clinical and Regulatory Affairs, Alexandra D.J. Mancini, MSc. I think that's Masters of Science, MSc, if I'm not mistaken. Correct me in the comments if I'm wrong. Miss Mancini has more than 30 years of global biopharmaceutical R&D experience, overseeing a wide range of drug development activities, with particular emphasis on clinical development and regulatory affairs. She has been an executive with numerous biotech. Okay, so she's got experience in biotech area. So these are the other people that we have. Eric C. Sue, PhD. Brenda Edwards, CPA, CMA, CPA from Washington. Shane Johnson, MD, Ghostface. Charles Marlowe, PhD. Jim Keeley, PhD. Jerry P. Griffin. Chris Mehring, PhD. And Philip Barr, PhD. All right. So let's go back and look at some of the news. I like to look at the news because it kind of gives you a bit of an update as to what they're doing kind of more recently. So we can just look at some of the headlines. So let's just look at a few of these. So it says InMed Pharmaceuticals. They will start with InMed Pharmaceuticals. So let's get that. They announced 6 million private placement priced at a premium to market. So this was on the 9th of September. So this was just a few days ago, the 9th of September. So this may give us an indication as to why the price spiked up. We're going to look into that in a minute. It says they provide an update on its core research and development programs and Bay Medical business. This was on the day before. Again, this might be also another reason why it spiked. They announced share consolidation to meet NASDAQ listing criteria, changes to its board of directors, a update to a phase 2 clinical trial, investigating INM 755 cannabinol cream for epidermolysis bullosa, appointment of a chief operating officer, receives NASDAQ notification regarding minimum bid price compliance, publication of peer-reviewed study highlighting potential role of rare cannabinoid THCV, CBC, and others on skin condition. They launched THCV, expanding its portfolio of rare cannabinoids for the health and wellness sector. And they announced its closing of 5 million registered direct and private placement offerings, price at the market under NASDAQ rules. Okay, so that's a bit about what InMed are and what they do. Now we're going to look at the reason as to why they spiked up all of that way for 2 days in a row. All right, guys. If you haven't done so already, you can hit the subscribe button to get more information on any of these, up and coming trending stocks that we'll be covering. We also have a range of different stocks that we've covered on our channel. If you go ahead and look at our channel page, let's go to this next article and find out exactly why have we seen this boost in InMed stock. So we're here at this article at post2.com. And again, this article will be in the description so you can read in more details. So this article is titled INMed Pharmaceuticals INM stock, why it surged 24.24%. Now this happened yesterday, but ironically, we're going to look in a minute onto the charts a bit later on this video. And we're going to see also that it's up 24% currently at the time of recording this video. So if you, again, subscribe and hit that bell icon, you'll be getting this video as soon as it dropped. And if you're watching this video as soon as it's dropped, you will see that this stock is also up again 24% for the day today. All right, let's get into this. Bullet point, the stock price of INMed Pharmaceuticals, ticker symbol INM, surged by 24.24% yesterday, and this is why. The stock price of INMed Pharmaceuticals, INM, surged 24.24% yesterday. So hold on, is this yesterday? So this was formed yesterday and it's talking about yesterday. So is this 2 days ago? So maybe it was 2 days ago that it surged. Let me just... so it was 2 days ago that it surged, not yesterday. So 2 days ago it surged and it surged again today. All right. The stock price of pharmaceuticals boosting. So why? It said INMed Pharmaceuticals, a leader in the research, development, and manufacturing of rare cannabinoids and cannabinoid analogs, announced an update on its research/development and commercial activities. So it's basically the update that it announced produced a positive effect on its stock price. The contributing factors include, but are not limited to, recent overarching recessionary pressures leading to hesitation within the health and wellness sector to invest in and launch new and rare cannabinoid products, and Bay Medica's competitive advantage of certified high purity and reliable and consistency of supply not resonating with the industry product manufacturers, and additional downward pricing pressures for cannabinoids in the health and wellness sector. So I'm not going to read all of this article, but they have a non-cash impairment. So due to the sector-wide underperformance in the uncertainty around revenues in the health and wellness sector, the company expects to report a non-cash impairment charge of its long-lived assets. Going forward, so we're going to read a bit about the going forward. Going forward, the company continues to advance, discover, work for the potential use of a rare cannabinoid and their analogs to improve neuronal function and provide neuroprotection for treating neurodegenerative disorders such as Alzheimer's disease, Parkinson's disease, and Huntington's disease. And to date, screening for this disease category has narrowed the list of potential analog target candidates, and the company will continue to proceed with the plan to find an appropriate compound for further preclinical development. Okay, so they've got a list of diseases that they want to tackle. They've got some key quotes. Not going to go into this because it's a bit long, but again, this will be in the description. All right, so we can see that the reason why it pumped, 2 days ago and today is because of the news that it came up with. It gave an update about its research and also about what did it say? It said about information about its competitive advantage. What did it say? And its commercial activities, excuse me. That's what it used, its commercial activities. So that's the reason why INM pumped today and 2 days ago. All right, enough of the fundamental research. Let's get into the charts on TradingView and look at some technical analysis on this stock. Remember, guys, if you haven't done so already, like the hit the like button. Also, comment, what do you think about this stock? Do you think about, the cannabis sector or the weed sector? A lot of people has been talking about it, hyping up. A lot of people have been giving tips saying, yeah, this is the next sector to blow. People have also forwarded to me some of these stocks in this sector, telling me that these are going to be the next big thing now that they're getting a lot of legalization. A lot of celebrities and people, with recognition are investing in weed companies and marijuana companies. I mean, do you think this thing is a fad? Do you think it's a phase? Do you think that this will be the next big thing that will blow up? I mean, how do you think that the sector will fare, and how do you think it will reflect on the stock market? All right, let's pull up our trading view. This is our 4-screen setup of TradingView with our custom coded indicators. If you want to get hold of our templates and our custom indicators, then go to focusoninvesting.io. We're looking at INMed Pharmaceuticals Inc., ticker symbol INM. Let's start with the monthly time frame. Let's zoom out a bit. All right, so we're looking at I like to zoom out because we get a look at the overall shape of this chart. So we can see that we first gave our initial public offering on the month of May 2014. We've got our chart starting from the 1st of May 2014. We can see that we came in the market. We had a quite an erratic the month following June. So quite a stable month in May, but June 2014, we see quite a massive pumped up to $832. Wow, quite high. And also pumped down to $87. Wow, that's almost like 10 times. So quite a bit of a range throughout that month. So a bit of erratic behavior when it first gets issued. But we've come to expect that anytime we get a new asset issued into the market, generally we get a bit of erratic behavior. So that is something to expect whenever you see any asset issued to the market. So we're saying since then it had the erratic behavior. Then it closed for the month at $469. But since then, we've seen price kind of tank to the bottom. We had a spike up on the on February 2015, pumped up and then came back down to its level of support. So it's established quite a strong level of support, roughly around the $66 area. And it keeps kind of settling back to there. Then we see another pump up again in April and May, a bit of a pullback in August. And then we reach our all-time high here in January 2018 with a massive spike. And we can see this went all the way up to $1,616. So quite an expensive stock at times, right? And then since then, we've seen price slowly dwindle down all the way down to current price. So if we zoom in a bit closer, look at our high for the year. Our previous year's high was $161, and our previous year's low was here at around $32. So this stock does tend to range quite wildly between high prices and quite low prices. Let's take a look at our weekly time frame. Let's reset our chart so we get a better. There we go. Let's zoom back in. So we can see on our weekly time frame, we see that our trend filter is red. Our trend filter is a custom coded indicator by Focus on Investing. And this trend filter lets us know whether the trend is bullish or bearish. So if it's bullish, it's green. And if it's bearish, it's red. And we can see that it's non-stop red trend filter. We had a small spike here going back to May 2020 and the beginning of June. That's when we had a spike in the trend filter for this chart. But since then, we've had continual red trend filter. We had one bar on the 2nd of November 2020 where we had a spike, and then the bar spiked all the way back down again straight from that. So we can see that we've had mostly a red trend filter. And because of this kind of sloping downward movement, we've got a lot of pivot levels. These pivot levels act as support and resistance. So we see them here in green and red. So these are like bullish pivot levels, if you want to say that. They're based on support levels, and the red ones are bearish pivot levels based on, sorry, these ones are based on resistance levels, the green ones, and the red ones are based on support levels. So because of this kind of sloping downward slow tongue twister, slow sloping downward movement, we can see that it's produced a lot of these pivot levels, a lot of areas of support and resistance. Why is that an issue? That's an issue because, if we want to see price come to the upside and grow again, there's a lot of these pre-established support and resistance levels that are in between price and our high destinations that we want to go to. All right, so if we look a bit closer, we can see that current price is trading below all three of our but both of our moving averages, excuse me, as this is a weekly time frame. We're under the 50 simple moving average and we're under the 200 simple moving average. All right, let's go to our daily time frame. If you guys want to support the stream, then you can hit our Cash app at British # focus on investing. All right, if we look at our current time frame, we can see that current price at the close of the market was $11.02. We see that for the day, price was up 24.24%. And then we can also see that we're down 81.401% from our high. I'm going to assume that our high is probably this level here. I think this high is recorded too far. No, it's not. It's within range. What, we're in September. So I think it's going back to somewhere around here. I think probably around here it's recording a high as it marks the high within a year's period. All right. So as we can see, trend filter again on the daily time frame. So because we've got the trend filter on the daily time frame, let me remove this out of the way so we can see better. As we've got our trend filter on the daily time frame, that means we've got correlation within the daily and the weekly time frame, both telling us that this stock is actually quite bearish at the moment. So although we've got kind of price movement up, as I said, we're up 24.24% for the day, 0 for the last day, and for the week we're up 37.62% and 85.2% for the month. You can see that we're having quite a bit of bullish momentum, but the overall trend is still bearish. Having said that, we just peaked above our 50 simple moving average. Well, we haven't actually peaked above it. We peaked above it, but we closed below it. So we're still trading below our 50 simple moving average, but we're above our 20 simple moving average. And we're trading below our 200 simple moving average. As you can see, we've got massive pivot levels above where current price is as well. So, if we want to see price go to the upside, I think we're going to see a bit of resistance from these pivot levels and these support and resistance levels here, and also the moving averages as well. So I think that this pivot level here looks like a strong area of support and resistance. So we're struggling currently to break above the 50 simple moving average. So this 50 simple moving average seems to be a strong level of support and resistance. And if we go back in price, we can see that price generally respects the 50 simple moving average. It generally stays just below it. Yeah, if we look back in history, generally it peaks up slightly above it, but stays below it. So, if we want to see any sort of growth from this stock, it's going to have enough energy to maintain price above the 50 simple moving average. Again, we've seen enough energy to peak above it, but again, it comes back down again. So, and this is a history of this peaking up here and coming back down, peaking up and coming back down. So, we're going to have to see some real strong information or strong news on this stock for it to do so. If we do that, I think we're going to be looking at a target level of maybe $18. I think this is a good level of resistance to kind of aim for. Plus, by the time we do break above it, this 200 simple moving average, if we look at the 200 simple moving average, we can see that it's coming in this downward direction. So what's going to happen is this 200 simple moving average, and you can see it's leveling out and it's leveling off as price is leveling out and leveling off. What's going to happen is it's going to come close to this. It's quite close at the moment, but it's going to come closer to this support and resistance level. And what it's going to do is going to enforce it. So we're looking at a pivot level and also a 200 simple moving average. Remember, the 50 simple moving average acts as quite a strong level of resistance for this price. But remember that the 200 simple moving average is a stronger resistance level than the 50 simple moving average. So when this comes close to the pivot level, I think it's going to be quite strong and quite significant. So I think that we're looking at, when price does break through, we're looking at an area of here between this support resistance level and pivot level and the 50 simple moving average as an area that we would like to target for possible price. But we've got to wait for the break and close above this 50 simple moving average. So when we do get the break and close above the 50 simple moving average, this $18 area is going to be the target. And remember, support and resistance levels are not exact prices, they're sort of zonal areas. So this is the sort of area that we're going to be aiming for with price. If you guys want to get hold of, more of the trending stocks that we have available, and the premium ones that we have are ones that we can't really share on YouTube. So the ones that we have on our premium stock list are available at focusoninvesting.io. There we can also teach you how to analyze stocks for yourself and learn how to analyze stocks. If you've got any stocks that you want to do for yourself, you can learn the techniques and the skills in order to analyze stocks. You can do that. If you want to check out more reviews of stocks that we reviewed, you can check out this upcoming video here. And also, if you want to get an overall review of trending stocks, forex, commodities, and cryptocurrencies, then we have a trending stock video here also. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us and take care.